Welcome to our Friday oil chats. Today is the day that we get to share the new products from doTERRA. Excited, Linda?
I am. It was being able to virtually go to convention and watch all of this happening, and to see all of these new products is pretty exciting.
It is. I think that most people will find something in this new product line that they're going to fall in love with, that might be something that will be a big game changer in their overall health and health throughout their lifespan, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
I think that's one thing we learned, that our lifespan is our age,
Yes.
but our health span is how healthy are we? So what is our health age, or our health span is how healthy are we? Because at my age, I could be, my health span could be much better or much worse than others my age, just because of what I'm doing, the way I'm moving, the way I'm eating, and the way I'm using oils too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I think that's true for anybody, no matter what age in life they are. You can always look at other people and think, gosh, how do they look so healthy or so fit, or just the opposite? Oh my gosh, that person is the same age as me and they have all of these health issues. What is going on? So this is kind of neat. This product is going to give everybody a chance to kind of reevaluate where they are, what's happening in their life, what sort of health concerns or things they have that they would love to not have anymore, and how can they get there. And I think that the education on this product will show everybody that there is something out there to make their life feel the way it is supposed to at their age, and not feel older than they actually are. Yeah. All right, so we're going to jump in. What we did was we grabbed some of the slides from convention so you can see the new products, and then Linda and I are going to give you sort of the abbreviated version of uses and benefits of each of those products. And then if you're excited about these products and you want to see them up close, touch them, taste them, smell them, next week we have a product reveal showcase in Granville that anybody who is in the area is welcome to go to. You just have to reach out to us and we'll get you the invitation. But let's dive in. I'm going to share the screen and pull up those pictures. I'm always pushing the wrong button. Okay. Now let me find my folder. Here we go. So I tried to put these in order of the way doTERRA released them yesterday. And the first one was the Hope. And I feel like I tuned in late as to grabbing all the information about this one. But I think the big change on the Hope is that it used to be, when we purchased it, there was no PV to it. So it didn't add to our PV total on our order, but it was an awesome oil to purchase because all the proceeds go to the Hope Foundation, and it's one of our charities. So it is a beautiful smelling, wonderful oil. I don't think they changed anything in the oil. Do you, Linda?
Yes, they said it's a new formulate.
It is, okay.
Yeah. And I'm not sure what the difference is, but that they talked about that even this morning, that it when they were talking about the healing hands, that it is a reformulated.
Okay.
And
okay.
So, and I actually, because I got the next ticket up, which was, I don't know why, but I actually, that's what they sent to me.
Okay.
Was the Hope, and I'm not sure that I ever had the other Hope.
Oh.
But It is a very nice. It has cedarwood, wild orange, lemon, just all of those things there that you see. And so I'm not sure what it is that it must be the sandalwood that's standing out to me.
Is
But
it? Okay, there's a lot of soft oils in there. And I know that this is also an oil that when doTERRA was working with the Hours group that went and rescued people who are in sex trafficking, that when they were rescued and they were taken to the safe houses, they had this oil to give them, and the oils together have this combination that make you feel safe. So yeah, that's pretty much the story behind Hope.
it is a really nice one, and I think it's probably one that I could wear as a perfume.
Yeah, yes, there's so many pretty floral oils in it. I bet it does smell great.
Yeah.
Okay, let me find my button to go for it. Here we go. So this one, I feel like this was a big introduction. This is a brand new blend called Super Mint. And this is a combination of 4 of our essential oils that we have. Either we have them singly, or they might be combined in some of our other blends. But it's peppermint, bergamot mint, spearmint, and the Japanese mint. And if you are someone who uses the mints, you'll be excited to know that it comes in these three products. So you have the beadlets now, and you have the oil blend, but then you also have the it in a touch form as well. I like this touch form and all those oils being combined for fever reduction. So you could just roll that up and down the spine if someone had a fever. That'd be a great use of that oil. But also maybe even if you're just outside and you want to put on an oil to keep you cool, that oil blend, the touch would be great for that. But I am so excited to taste this one. Are you excited for that?
I am, because they says it's much softer than the peppermint, so by itself. So I am anxious, because I like mint in my water, and I would always use Slim and Sassy because I could handle that maybe a little bit more than peppermint. But yeah, I'm anxious to do that. And you know, the one thing they were talking about this is like many times there's menthol in some of the mints and type of things, and those are the things that they want to open the airwaves, but they don't have to synthetically produce it, because when they combine these 4 oils together, then they have more than enough, and more than is in typically most other menthol products. So it's sort of exciting it will be exciting to get it in our hands and to try it.
Well, it might be something that we just keep maybe the beadlets around for like a breath freshener or something like that. If it's a mint that people enjoy, like I always use the peppermint beadlets more if you need them for concentration or an upset stomach. That's what I would think about those, because I didn't love the taste of the peppermint. It's just so strong. So if this is a nice mint that we could use for breath mints, I think it'll be one that more people will maybe keep in their purse, or keep it when they go out and about, and have it for that reason. So
Definitely.
yes, I'm looking forward to trying that one. Now this was interesting, and I'm not sure if I'm going to even say it correctly. The guayasha wood.
Guaca wood. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a very interesting one, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, when I listen to them talk about what it takes to actually have this wood, this oil wood, you know, I'm thinking $20 wholesale. That's pretty inexpensive. And I also listen because they have perfume people that use this a lot in their mixing and that kind of thing. But the interesting thing is they had to actually take planes, small planes, into the area where these trees grow. And actually the farmers have been cutting them down because, you know, they've got to have crops that pay. And so doTERRA was actually able to go in there and lease the land so they would preserve the trees and really have a good cycle of new trees and old trees being taken out. And so it's like, wow. But another fascinating fact for me was that this wood is so dense that it sinks in water.
Yeah. Crazy.
And one log can burn all night.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is going to be an interesting one, to see.
It is. And we were sort of debating back and forth because we don't have this oil yet, but they were saying that this is one of 2 oils in our line that are in a solid. And so we were debating when we heard that, does that mean that the oil, when it's in the bottle, is going to be super thick? Or does that just refer to the process of grinding down a solid piece of wood to make this? So I'm not sure.
No, I know. And we won't know till we get it.
Oh, because like our frankincense, which this reminds me of frankincense with the some of the benefits that they list on it, very similar, but cost-wise, nowhere near as costly. But it also comes from a tree, that it comes from the sap of a tree. Whereas this actually comes from grinding down the wood to tiny, tiny little dust particles, and then putting it through the whole distillation process to get that essential oil. So
amazing. Yeah. So and they say that it does, maybe because of the grinding down and all that, it'll have sort of a smoky woody aroma, but it'll also have a hint of rose. So
weird. It'll be interesting, that's for sure.
I've never bought a 5 milliliter bottle of rose just because it costs so much.
Yes, it does. Yes.
And so it'll be interesting to see what this aroma is.
Yeah, it is. Now the next one is Spanish sage, and I don't know that I grasped a whole lot about the Spanish sage. Did you?
Well, I guess the one thing
I wrote down one thing.
Well, I have quite a bit. It's for clearing and uplifting and cleansing.
Cognitive performance. Is that what?
Yes. Creating an environment of focus. And they've done a lot of research with memory loss. Yes. And so that's just, that's sort of fascinating to me. When you're talking about memory loss and things that we have went through with my mother-in-law, but then they said you can massage it, like use it for a massage if you combine it with aroma touch. And the other thing was put a drop with your shampoo. And
right. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be fascinating to see what it actually is like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the eucalyptus. We already have eucalyptus in our line, but they have gone and made it even more potent by combining 5 different types of the eucalyptus species. And when they do that, it gives us the most powerful benefits of a eucalyptus. And it also said that when you rely on more species than just one, it helps keep the consistency throughout every production of that oil. So you'll always get the same consistency with the eucalyptus because of that. Anything else you got on that one?
No, well, no, I mean, it comes from 5 different species, as you said, but 3 different countries. So you're getting it from different places in the world. I mean, I have always kept eucalyptus in my shower.
Yeah.
And they recommended that you put a drop or 2 on the bottom of your shower floor. And when you do that, and it's just, or put a couple drops in your hands while you're taking a shower. And I always love it when we make our own bath salts, so to speak. I always like to combine eucalyptus and lavender, and it's a wonderful bath that just takes the ache out of my bones.
Yes. Yes, it's a good one for bath. That's for sure. Okay, so the next one I think people got really excited for there in the convention facility. This is the doTERRA On Guard hand sanitizing mist. So we have another product in that On Guard line, and it's just a little tiny bottle. It's only $7.50 wholesale, but it is let's see, it has 70% plant-derived ethanol alcohol base, which is the big word that you heard needed to be in your hand sanitizer during the high part of the pandemic, when everybody was using all of that, buying every bit of it that we could find. But they said that it's not sticky. Have you ever put on a hand sanitizer and then you're like, oh, that's just disgusting?
Yes, I have not liked hand sanitizers at all. But I've heard that this one is soft, and I thought, I don't see it there, but I thought one of the things they said is that they actually put some kind of apple something in it. So
yeah, I think you're right.
So I'm trying to find my note real quick.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's a note here at the bottom though about all of this that it protects you against, which is a big list. And I may not be able to pronounce them all correctly, but the Escherichia, John, I can't even say that. The E. coli. I think we normally shorten that to E. coli, right? Staphylococcus, I can't even say it. Staph. Salmonella. I don't know what this one is. Pseudomonas aeruginosus. I haven't even heard of that.
They're awful things. So stay away from those things. But yes, that's the one thing. And I thought that I heard, I don't know, maybe it was when they were doing some interviews with some people out on the floor, that there was just, it was really soft. So I'm actually anxious to see if it's sticky or not. So.
Yeah, doTERRA dropped it down from the ceiling and people were able to catch bottles of it there in the convention building. So that was kind of fun.
Let's say it was in little parachute type things to catch, because I've always thought, oh, what happens if you rain down with all those bottles? I know that would hit me.
Yeah, right. All right. So my computer screen just warned me that we have 10 more minutes. Hopefully we can.
Okay. We've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, but we're hitting into the big part, which is the MetaPWR. That's the big one that we've all been waiting for. And this slide went up, and this was an interesting statistic that only 6.8% of US adults have optimal cardiometabolic health. So that is a very small percentage of us that don't need help with that area. And some of the areas that metabolic health covers is your body mass index, your blood glucose, your blood lipids, blood pressure, cardiovascular health. So just a few things. And then the product, they broke it down into 3 steps. So we have the MetaPWR essential oil blend, soft gels, beadlets, and gum. And these are supposed to be part of your daily routine. And so it's not that you have to use all of them. It's that, you know, I think if you have a craving, you can pop in a piece of gum, or you could pop in a beadlet. If you drink water throughout the day, like you should, you can put a drop or 2 of the oil blend in your water. And they said it tastes really good. It's more of a, what did she say? She said citrus and something else. Oh, I'm going to forget now what those 2 things were. It sounded good what she said. But so I have a picture on here. Go one more of, here's where they're putting it in the water. So 1 to 2 drops in your water just to drink throughout the day. And then I'm going to go back to this one. So in this line, they also have one other piece shown here too. And I don't know if, isn't that a second step? This piece that's in here, this MetaPWR, I don't know if
that's the advantage, right?
Yeah, isn't that step 2, even though they're showing it here?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of true. Some of their slides, I think they must have done them at the last minute, because there's been a couple little errors like that.
Right.
But what this is supposed to do is help with your sugar cravings and help to sort of level off your spikes and drops in your insulin levels. And this was a slide that talked about some obstacles that we have with our health, with our overall metabolic health, the maturing fat cells, the blood sugar spikes, cellular integrity, and inferior supplementation. And then this entire line is free from all of these things shown here. And it's also vegan friendly and vegan and vegetarian, right? Both of those friendly. This lady, you said you watched her this morning, but she gave us a little.
No, she was yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, yesterday in the afternoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
she's a doctor.
Yeah, so she was showing, these were some before pictures, and I believe this last one is the after picture once she had started using the MetaPWR products. But she said it completely threw her off. She didn't expect as many results as she was getting from it, and that she lives a very busy life, and it was giving her back the energy and weight loss that she hadn't been able to accomplish.
And she also said the focus, that was interesting.
Yeah.
As a doctor. Yeah. So. So, I mean, I know that we're going to have a lot more education about this product, because we're all like, okay, what is this about? I mean, and it's powerful. But I will tell you that as we were listening yesterday, and my husband was in and out behind me, he is a diabetic, and this was the one thing he was saying: we need to find out more about that product. We need to try that product. Yeah. And so because it's at the cellular level, right? And so
yeah, and they did say that they have had 2 human clinical trials on it. They have a medical what do you call it, those documents that go on PubMed, those big, they publish the research. I don't remember.
Yeah. Right.
But they're getting ready to do that too. And it's patent pending. I don't know if I said that, but they really are stating that this is going to be one of the biggest products that we've ever had that can cause a great deal of change in people's health. So they refer to it as a revolution.
And well, yesterday they had a panel of people who had tried it. And one of the ones that really sort of impressed me a lot was a girl who was a health coach, and I don't know what, but she said she just really didn't expect much out of it. You know, she didn't really expect much to happen. Her husband didn't expect much to happen either, you know. And she said, but it was like when I didn't have it anymore, because some of them had it 60 days, some of them had it 30, and she had it 30, and it was like, oh my goodness, they really could tell a difference when all of a sudden they did not have it.
Yeah.
So
did you hear a couple people say this over twice? Like they sort of said it in their own way, but they said once they started in on using the product, it was like their body was telling them, you don't need sugar. There's no sugar craving.
yes.
And they were craving healthier foods. And it was like their body was changing and they just weren't, you know, going off for the things that were no longer good for them. And I think that's probably part of the reason why people saw the weight loss, because they were,
you know, the one girl, it said, you know, when they said you wouldn't have sugar cravings, she said, I didn't want that. I like my chocolate, you know. And she said, but I'm down. It's okay, you know, now. So it's interesting. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This one that I have on the screen, this is that MetaPWR, and I believe this is actually considered step 2. And this is something that you take daily, and I believe they said with the largest meal of the day. And this is the one that will decrease your post-meal glucose spikes. So this is a big deal as well. Okay, this guy, Orion Metheny, he was like a 25-ish, I would say, age range. And he also said the same thing. I didn't really think it could do anything for me. I'm healthy. I work out. You know, I wasn't expecting very much of anything from this. But he did say that he noticed he stopped having the spikes in his sugar levels and he had way more energy. He was able to get out and do more. And he already thought he was. So that was interesting. You're seeing a difference in age span using the product.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the assist, which is the last. It says assist, but it's not assist. This is the advantage.
No, this is advantage. Yes.
Advantage, which is your collagen. And it's a sachet that you add to your water and you drink one a day. And it comes, it's like a 30-day supply. Mm-hmm. And so you just do one a day. And I believe there are tons of benefits of collagen. Here's a few of them on here. Helps promote healthy biological aging, improves your health span, cognitive functions, your muscle and your connective tissue, and your skin's elasticity and firmness. So a lot of benefits. And I know there are so many people out there who already use a collagen. So I think when they will compare side by side, the difference of what's in our collagen, it's got that marine collagen, but there are multiple types of it in here. And they said they did a lot of testing to make sure it didn't have the mercury in it. Is that right? But that it was very healthy and it was the type that our body needed. And it lists here the types of collagen and what